what you see, like a battery. I'm staying charged on my feet, I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to ZukaTube, and today we're going to be reviewing Stargirl Season 2, Episode 5, Summer School, Chapter 5. So, yep, every episode with this. Okay, so I'm going to play the little promo, go through a bunch of summary stuff, show a couple clips, and then I'll give you my review. We'll do some spoilers as well, but we'll do that part at the end, of course. Let's get into this promo.
The black diamond brings out a darkness.
Always a quick promo. Dang, look at that storm.
What is that?
So you see some pretty cool stuff. You see a character paintball in this one. Of course, always a short promo. They give you just a little tease each time. But it's weird because the only show that doesn't get any promos is anything that's technically within like the DC Universe app stuff that's now on HBO Max. Like Titans doesn't really get episode promos. They get like season promos kind of, but nothing really per episode. So like, because I always want to put like a promo right before we get into it, but that's either way. Let's get into it, right? So in this episode, it starts out with a flashback to Farmersville, California, 10 years ago, right? And they show young Cindy having nightmares of her, I guess, birth mom, coming to comfort her. And they show the Dragon King come out of the darkness and kind of snatch her up, right? And then they show present day Cindy, and she's watching Cameron, probably to recruit him, And his grandma comes up to her, and like it flashes over and then shows Courtney, like telling Pat about encountering the Shade and everything he told her about Eclipso and stuff like that, because obviously now she's on to people hiding shit from her. And Pat mentions how Eclipso has like brought bad weather to the town as well as all this stuff. So you'll start noticing that as a key indicator of things as Eclipso corrupts people, and they'll use that in the episode to show you locations and stuff like that, right? And they show Cameron working on a mural, but he can't because of the weather and stuff like that, because of this whole Eclipso thing. And they show him talking to his art teacher, and he has a lot of sketches of Courtney, kind of creepy, but for some odd reason, they just kind of brush that part off, right? And the art teacher tries to give him advice and stuff, right? And they show Cindy, talking to Cameron and trying to recruit him, but it doesn't really work. And Cameron kind of points out her being kind of full of crap and having fake emotions, especially like, when her own family members passed away, let alone his. And it's just, kind of called her out on her bullshit, which I totally understand. And she didn't really see that coming for some reason, right? And she got very mad and like wanted to stab him, right? But either way, right? The art teacher shows up, and Cindy gets Calypso to prey on him, right? So the Shade after shows up at Barbara's work and warns her about Eclipso and tells her that Courtney's got to get off his back one way or another and kind of let him do his thing, and he's going to figure out his own way to settle this, right? And they show after that, right, they show Rick driving around with his Grundy food and everything, reflecting on his past and coming up to the mural and having a kind of altercation with Cameron. They got a lot of Cameron in this episode, big focus. So that's probably going to be a big thing in the next episode. And they show Beth talking about how the real Dr. Midnight is trapped in the Shadowlands, right? And she's getting a transmission from him basically within those goggles. And they show the art teacher having like trouble teaching his class and then coughing up paint and slowly turning into the character Paintball, from the old Stars and Stripes comics and stuff. But obviously, like, looking a lot different. Way scary, creepy interpretation in this episode. And right in the teaser, that's kind of what they show you, So they show Pat and Barbara going to, a junkyard and stuff like that. Oh, wait, you know what? Before I do that, let me just show you a little clip of him kind of having these paint issues, right? Because it's creepy the way it starts out. It's cool. Look at him having some issues there.
And okay.
But see his like paint colored outfit. Well, it's like splotchy and stuff.
Trojan War.
It's supposed to be reminiscent on the character's costume.
Troy. A historical muse, if you will.
Uh-oh. My man's getting sick.
Excuse me again. Where was I?
Uh-oh, my man's got that Rona.
Why don't we end a few minutes early today? I'll see you all tomorrow.
Oh, look at it. It's all creepy goop coming out. He's yakking that shit out. Damn, gross. I wonder, he's gonna have really nasty fucking chemical-y breath after that, right? Ew. But either way, after that they show Pat and Barbara going to the junkyard and they show a pile of the stop signs from the one episode, you know, with the pen, you know, and Mike and everything. And you see, like, it's, you know, cool. You can basically now take all the stop signs from that one episode and now they were all put up for sale, you know. So there you go, teens. You can grab those stop signs, you know, with all your rebellious posters and with all your favorite band stuff up there. You could put a couple like street signs up, you know, get a nice stop sign for your room. That would be great. Things are pretty heavy, actually. But either way, right? They find Mike and everyone doing like JSA talk, and they decide to let Mike slide, you know, and not be as hard on him because of this whole situation that's going on. And they flash over and they show Cameron showing Courtney his creepy drawings, and she's like kind of positive about it, like, which I feel like in today's age, if a kid comes up to you and opens up his sketchbook and shows you a bunch of just drawings of you would probably be pretty creeped out. I don't know, maybe just in general I would have been pretty creeped out by it. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing, dude? Like, get out of here, creep. But either way, she's pretty positive about it. And they go to Cameron's and almost have like a spicy moment, you know? And Yolanda hits her up and is like, yo, there's mad bad weather going on, especially around the school right now. So they go off to do their JSA thing, right? And they see the art teacher transform into Paintball, who's under the corruption of Eclipso, right? And before I go any further into the episode, I'm just going to give you like my general review, because now this is kind of where, after this point, you know, you see a couple previews of where some things are going to go. And I don't really want to get into that into the spoilers section, but all the stuff that happens up until the point of the stuff they teased in the promo, basically I go over right here. And it's really fun. It's a cool episode, and obviously I like the paintball character that they put in there for fun, and the slow build up and of the ISA and breakdown of the JSA technically that's going on within this season, which is cool, because also it's not really the build up of the ISA that you knew. It's the new one that they kind of previewed and stuff like that. So it's all new people involved, and it's all the young kids. Like the previous season, you were dealing with basically the new version of the JSA, all these young kids kind of taking on the old version of the ISA and what was left of it, basically. But in this one, you're basically getting the breakdown of the JSA characters and the build-up of the new young ISA. And then I'm guessing by the next season, you'll get the full clash of them together as all new JSA and ISA, whatever. I feel like I've said that 100 times just now. But either way, I'd give this episode a solid 7.5. It's a fun episode, cool stuff, and the way they kind of interpret stuff in this is a little more dark and not as light and bubbly as some of the comic stuff for these characters. So that's really cool. Now let's get into this whole spoilers section. Spoilers. Spoiled. Okay, so after that, right, they got to fight him in some creepy scenes when the art teacher transforms, you know, and he basically starts flashing all these dark like images to everybody and kind of get them to the point where they can't really fight, and they're a little preoccupied and they're getting hit hard with these, negative reflections of things going on in their life with this artwork and the way it's affecting them and all this stuff, right? So Courtney's kind of on her own because it's not really affecting her. And you get to see like him transform into this creepy, monstery blob kind of thing that Courtney has to go fight. And basically she uses her staff to like laser my dude up and like boom, like he like unmelts kind of back into the like, kind of weird, creepy art teacher guy. And he's kind of all like groggy and whacked out about it. And I don't really know if you're going to see him again, you know what I mean, in the future. But, you might. I don't know. We'll see. But he would be a cool character to kind of throw in once in a while. I don't know if he'll really be like a good or bad character necessarily in the future, considering the art teacher isn't really a bad guy. He just got corrupted by Eclipso in this moment. So we'll see where that goes, right? And after that whole fight happens and he gets lasered up and he's kind of, taken care of, they're all reflecting after, and, Pat's really worried about this whole situation, And they show all the JSA struggling with their problems and shit after all those, like, negative paintings, impacted them and shit, which is, like, kind of corny, but, it's supposed to be young teens and, like, being half corrupted. Obviously, this thing's, like, a super paranormal-esque kind of thing, so, like, it kind of messes with them as well. But they show after that, right, Cindy still wanting to target Mike. So we're going to see a big, path direction change for Cindy probably now towards Mike in the next episode. So I'm excited to see how they're going to kind of try to rope him into the ISA. And then they show Cameron showing off signs of getting like, real icy cold like his family. And let me just show you a little clip of that.
There's just one more little piece to the puzzle.
Bam. There's Cindy pointing out Mike. Boom. She wants at him. She's scamming. And now the weather's better. He can finally start painting again. My dude, he's doing his thing. And he's like, ooh, a little breeze. What's going on? My hand feels so weird. Oh, it's so chilly vanilla out here, just for my hand. Dun, dun, dun. Bam, frosty, right? So let's see where that all goes in the next episode and everything. That was kind of cool the way everything ended. And obviously now you see a real big, like, although they kind of defeated the character in this, they're still breaking down slowly, the JSA a bit. And they're really struggling by the end of this episode. And you're seeing a lot of, build up now for Cameron, and you're going to see what's going to happen with Mike and Cindy and everything in the next episode probably. So really excited to see where that goes. Again, 7.5 for this episode. Pretty enjoyable. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Again, ZukaTube out.
Dropping lines like an assembly. I'm staying on point. It's my strategy. Feel like they tracking me. Yo, let me get on one. Nah, go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. Dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real at the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.